Out here in Vancouver, I think today it touched 38 degrees Celsius, which, in South Africa is not much of a muchness, but over here that's very, very hot. And none of the houses, or very few of the houses, have got air conditioning, so, we've been sweating the whole day. Anyway, today I want to talk about something that I don't think I mention enough, that plays an outsized role into our decision to come here as well, I mean, obviously, like I've said in previous videos, our main concern is the security, the ability for our kids to walk around and for us to feel safe in our home and in our neighborhood, and the ability for our kids to take the bus and to just be out and be on their own and us not to worry about it. Sorry, little side note. So I've got these little crypto miner things. It's a helium network that I play with, and I had one stuck up on the window with double-sided tape. And it was so hot this last couple of days that the double-sided tape started coming loose, and suddenly about 12 o'clock last night this thing came loose from the window and it fell on the floor, the wooden floor, in a loud noise in our bedroom. And you know what the crazy thing is? This is what's the crazy thing. I mean, if I was back in South Africa, I would have shot like a bolt for the gun. I would have just, it would have been adrenaline rush. It would have been like Belinda. I mean, we've had situations there. You just hear a sound or a creak and we used to go crazy because, after the big issues we had there. Over here, this thing falls down and it's this cacophony of noise. And Belinda just turns over and goes, "What was that?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's just something that fell," and we carry on sleeping. And I guess that's the essence of the difference for us in security. There was not that immediate, like, shit, there's somebody in the house, there's trouble, blah, 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 blah. None of that. It's just like, something fell, it's okay. Took us a while to get there. But anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk about. So, obviously, like I said, security is the one thing. But another thing is opportunities. Opportunities for our kids and opportunities for ourselves. I every single day, I still look at the community over here, and the business community and the startup community and the entrepreneurial support systems that they have in Vancouver and in the whole of North America, really. There's networking events, there's startup accelerators, there's help, there's people actively supporting anybody that's got an idea. I mean, especially if you're a youngster, if you have an idea for a business, there's plenty of people that will give you seed money. There's plenty of people that will mentor you and help you to build your idea out and to try it and to test it. And then, of course, the most important thing is that you've got a market of 300 million plus economically active clients or people that you can sell your stuff to over here. In South Africa, we just don't have that. I mean, what's the South African economically active population? 12, 15, 20 million people at a stretch. And a lot of those people are basically on the breadline, living day to day. I think another reason why there's so much innovation over here and why there's so many things that come from the West or from the US and Canada is purely that you've got this giant oversized market. You just need to capture a small portion of that market and you can make a living or you can make money. Whereas in Africa, I was chatting to somebody recently, and Amazon is now moving into South Africa, which is great. And they were going, "Hey, I think we should set up an FBA store and everything there." Now, I've got a couple of FBA stores in the US, and trust me, it's not easy. But, I can just imagine how much harder it will be in South Africa because you just don't have the market size. You just don't have 300 million people with, extra cash. So I think that's the thing. I often think back and how hard we worked and what we did in our years and how many days and nights we spent in the event business and in the branding business, working and putting up stuff and doing all these jobs and getting paid well. And then I look at what people get paid here doing that same thing, and I'm like, shit, if I worked as hard over here as opposed to in South Africa, I would now be well off in American terms and stinking rich in South African terms. You know, it's just, I mean, don't get me wrong. We worked hard and we made money in South Africa. We had a very good life. But the money that we made in South Africa and the good life that we had there couldn't buy much in the rest of the world. Whereas I think that's the difference. If you make money over here, even if it's not that much, it can buy a lot in other places. Anyway, long story. I think opportunity is a very, very important part. Well, not I think, I know that opportunity is a very important part for why we moved here. Maybe not for us. I mean, we're older, we're still here, and there's opportunities for us as well. But really for our kids. I mean, I want to give my kids the opportunity to go out and to explore who they are, to actually be able to go out there and start businesses and be entrepreneurs or be plumbers or be electricians or be who they want to be and have the ability to make a living and to make a decent living from that. Look, it's not all beautiful. I mean, things are expensive here. Rent is expensive and all that. But then again, at the same time, the ability to make that money and to pay for that is also here, the opportunities. And definitely one of the most important things is the startup ecosystem and the entrepreneurial support systems around here. It's phenomenal. Anyway, folks, that's it for me today. You all must have a good one. Cheers.